Welcome back. The next documents we will create in Excel are the project schedule and Gantt chart. In our example, we will use a high-level schedule for a theoretical project about a software development and its implementation. We start with the number column. However, we will not add the numbering itself right away this time, but will wait to structure the next column. We will be using sub-activities and hence decimal numbering. Next column, activities. Here, all the activities that need to be performed in the project need to be listed. This is the most critical column. You already know how important it is for the project manager to identify all important activities that need to take place in the project. One thing you need to make 100% sure you have in this list are all activities from the critical path. They will be the backbone of your activity list and project plan. For our example, we will use a shorter list, but in real life, the plan for a similar project would include many rows. Okay, let's continue. The main activities we will write here are requirements definition, project kickoff, system development, integration testing, user acceptance testing, rollout to business units, support period, and project closure. We can consider those as the critical path. Then, sub-activities and tasks have to be listed under some of these main items for greater detail. Note, we are keeping the sub-activities to the right, so it's visually easy to understand they fall under the overall parent activity. We do this by selecting the sub-activities and clicking on the Increase Indent button in the Home menu. Now, we can also update the numbering respectively and use decimal numbering for the sub-activities. Finally, I will put the main activities in bold so I can highlight their importance. Moving on, we need to add the next fundamental columns for a schedule, start and end dates. Our first step has to be formatting the date. We type the first date, let's say March 2nd, 2026. While positioned on the cell, click on Number Formatting. The Format Cell menu opens. Excel has already recognized we are logging a date in this cell. The only thing left for us is to pick the preferred format of this date. My preference is to use a format which includes numbers for the day and year and letters for the month. If your project is planned to finish within the same year, you can also skip the year numbers and use less space. Click OK, and there you have it. To apply the same format to all date cells, you can use the Format Painter option. Select the cell you have already formatted, then, again from the Home menu, click on Format Painter. And finally, paste the preferred format to all cells including dates. Another tip for better appearance is to slightly reduce the font of the date cells and center them as usual. Okay, we're set. Now you need to populate the target, start and end dates for your project. Great. Next one, status column. We know how to set it up, creating the drop-down menu and using the conditional formatting functionality to assign colors. It is also a good moment to pause here and discuss in more detail the status options and the status topic in project management in general. So far, we use the statuses not started, ongoing, and completed. However, these options cannot tell us if the progress is normal, if there is a risk of delay, or if it is already delayed. To track this aspect, project managers use the so-called RAG status, which stands for red, amber, green. Logically, red means the activity is delayed. Amber flags there is risk not to achieve the due date, and green means work is progressing normally, like a traffic light. We already have the ongoing option marked as green, so we need to add the two new options, delayed and at risk. We add them to our drop-down menu using the data validation Excel functionality and then color code them via the conditional formatting functionality. For example, if the target end date is approaching and we are not close to completion, the status may be updated as amber. If the target end date is already behind us, well, this is a delay and should be marked red. Perfect. We now have the basic project schedule created in Microsoft Excel. In the next lesson, we will use our Excel sheet to create the one and only Gantt chart. See you there.